Did you get it, Tania?
What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? You already know who this is. It's your girl. It's your big sis, Lell Vintage. We here live and jive on the set, stage left. You already know what it is. Got to get some working out there for y'all, and I need y'all to hop on over to the pages and check us out. But we're on live tonight with my community father. Been knowing this man since I was a youngin', and he's always been a blessing to my life and the family to my life. Listen, we cuz me and sis, we cuz.
Yes,
um,
yes.
but this is officially one of our mayoral candidates for Pleasantville, New Jersey, for our Pleasantville community. So we wanted to make sure that you in the community actually get an opportunity to see for yourself and hear what your candidates have on board, what their capabilities are, and what their plan is to bring to the community as a wholehearted, nostalgic, elderly community, a community that serves multiple cultures and diversities, and a community that's beautiful. We love our community, and we're going to keep pressing to make sure things get done and done correctly. So, with that being said, hop on over to IG, Instagram, and click like, follow, share 609 stage left. That's 609 stage left. And then I need you to hop on over to Facebook and click like, follow, share stage left on Facebook. We are here. We're also on YouTube for your listening pleasures. You can take us anywhere you want to go because we always got something for your hearts and your mind. And we always want to make sure the community is
That's my
informed
girl. I
and
love it.
not misinformed. So, without further ado, Mr. Tony Davenport, mayoral candidate for Pleasantville, New Jersey. How you doing?
I'm doing great. I want to thank you for having me
Uh,
and say hello to the Pleasantville community. And I
yeah,
look forward to serving you guys as your next mayor. I really do.
absolutely, absolutely. We appreciate you. We humbly appreciate you. We thank you for taking this time out
Very
to
welcome.
love on us and to be here and to allow us to put some questions in the air and that we can get our minds at ease for we've seen a lot going on. We've seen a lot.
Yes.
Politics is heavy, and we know that the community deserves the right to find out who their candidates are because may the best man or woman win. We want to make sure we have the person in the seat that's going to do and produce the most for the community. So tell us, number one, what is your main focus and motivation for running for mayor, Pleasantville?
My main focus and motivation for running for mayor is to see Pleasantville thrive, is to finally see Pleasantville live up to its potential. We have a community right now that is basically stagnant, if you ask me. And I think there's so much that we can do if we work together to move this city forward. We need our streets to be safer, number one. We need to work with the Board of Education because our children, as you know, I've always been L'Oreal. You know, y'all were kids and y'all had my undivided attention, and it's still like that. I think we have to make sure that we concentrate on our school board, on our school district. We got to bring those test scores up and make our
Absolutely.
community a community that is has potential that people
Yeah,
want to move here for. Like, and if our educational system is not in place and it's not up and running to the point to where people want to move in and our kids are graduating and going to college off of not only athletic scholarship, but academic scholarships. We want them to be able to go anywhere in the world and be able to compete with those at a high level. And right
absolutely.
now, with the things that are going on here, I don't see that. I see our kids being held back, and it's not so much their fault. It's the adults around them that aren't making the environment that's conducive for educating our kids.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
yes.
And I'm glad that you said that because last weekend, the weekend prior, you had the 3-on-3 tournament
Yes.
and community day out over in the Woodlands in Pleasantville. And that was dope. A lot of
Yes.
players got honored, which was beautiful. Give them their flowers while they're here. So thank you for doing that.
and that's the third one that I've done so far. You know, L'Oreal, that was my goal. Soon as I stepped in as councilman, it was
Yes,
about giving back to my community. And you know, I'm not bragging, but I'm so proud of what I've done down there. I was able to go out and raise that money on my own,
absolutely.
build that park back up. Last year was the first year to turn the lights on in 40 years. And to see that happen when I was like 17 years old when those lights went out,
Wow.
to be able to do that, I was proud. And I sit out there with some of the public works people, and they just looked at me and said, "Man, do you realize what you did?"
Yeah.
And that's when it sunk in that we're moving forward. And that's just the start. I've always said once I finish that part, it's about moving on to the next one and the next one. Our kids need to have a place to go and thrive and be safe. When I was a teenager coming up in those parks, that was my first job down there at Woodland Avenue.
Mhm.
And you know, we had a place, a concession stand there. So these are the things that need to be all over Pleasantville. We have those things in all other communities. So why can't we have it back here in Pleasantville? I think
Absolutely.
it's necessary.
Absolutely. And that's even more appreciated because, like you said, we've been out on these courts for a long time, and
Ooh,
just knowing that someone actually cares enough to help maintain those parks, those community parks, because to be honest, a lot of our kids, that's a lot of our children, that's what they thrive off. The sports keeps them active. It keeps them going. It keeps them focused more when they have something to look forward to, and then going to school. It's
yes,
we're building, and this has been a long time coming. We're
yes,
building a better brand and a better Pleasantville.
yes,
Number one, because again, like you just said, we want our streets and our communities safe, but also we have a generation of children who need a lot of directive and a lot of love and a lot of
yes,
patience.
yes.
And when you don't have that kind of passion and you don't have that kind of patience and pouring back in, then children automatically know, look, they not for it. You know what I
You
mean?
know what? You know what, L'Oreal, what I see, and it was something that I had, and I want to try to give back, get that back in our community. Like I look at you, I look at my daughter, I look at my sons, and all of those kids that call me Pop out there. I want to make Pleasantville a place where it was when I was growing up. The adults that were running around when I was in my teens, they were playing ball, they were doing things. There was something
Yeah,
for them to do. So there
yeah,
was something for us to look up to. And
absolutely.
now there's nothing really that we can put our hands on for you guys to do so that y'all can grab those kids and pull them up and say, look, this is how it's done. This is the proper way to do it. This is
Yeah,
the proper way to handle yourself. This is the proper way to respect your elders. So those things matter. And when they don't have a picture of that or, you know, a platform to
mm,
look at and to grow off on, you know, you get kids that just want to stay in the house and play the video games, and we have to
absolutely.
get them out of that. We have to get them out of
Absolutely, we
that.
do. It's a stagnant choice. And that hurts us a lot more because we're not getting the students, we're not getting kids to come off of the couch.
Yes,
And they're stuck in, but a
yes,
lot of times, and this is just from working in district and talking to the kids and mentoring the kids, a lot of times they don't feel safe enough to be out on
yes,
the street.
yes.
You know what I mean? So we also got to go back to policing our neighborhoods. And speaking of policing our neighborhoods, what target do you have, and if you have one, for policing our neighborhoods? Because the community watches, our elders are now elderly. They're older. You know.
Well, you said you just threw that word there, and my concept on what I want to bring to Pleasantville is community policing. And that's taking our police officers and putting two or three of them in a certain area and let them stay there for 6 months. You know what that brings? That brings unity. That
Yeah.
means they start knowing the community. They
Yeah.
start knowing the taxpayers and
Consistency.
the people in there. So therefore it brings together like now we're like family.
Yes.
So you know, the kids start to respect the police start to understand the neighborhoods, and I think you get a better sense of community policing. You get a better sense of policing. Not only that, one of my goals right now, and I've been fighting this here for the last 2 years,
Mhm.
is to put cameras up,
Okay.
because we need to make sure that our community is safe. I want to make sure that every playground is safe. We can't sit here and be blind to some of the things that have been going on in our community. We've had
Absolutely.
shootings, we've had killings, we've had them at the parks, we've had vandalism, and I've been talking to our police department. We're finally coming up now. Letting me know that they're reaching out to get these grants to bring them in. I've called over to Atlantic City, to Marty, to find out what he did, to Mayor Smalls, I'm sorry, to find out what he did to get the camera system set up that he has in Atlantic City. Come to find out, it came from the state, so we have to find another avenue to get it.
Hmm.
But we need to have cameras at every school,
Absolutely.
at every playground. And there are certain spots in Pleasantville that we have to keep an eye on.
Yes.
They know we have this thing called spot shotters, when the gun goes off and the police get there afterwards. I'm a firm believer in being proactive. Coming after the fact is one thing,
Right.
but getting there and educating our community and being there with them and letting them know that we're involved, and those spots that are drug, ridden or whatever, we got to be there to let them know that this is a different day. Those things have to go somewhere
Absolutely.
else. Take them
Absolutely.
over to Margate and Vintner. Take them anywhere. Take them somewhere, but it's got to go out of Pleasantville.
And it's consistency. You know what I mean? When
Yes.
we knew our police officers when we were growing up, the ones that wanted us to succeed and do better anyway. And
Yes.
that's also where the fear of blue collar versus community comes in, because we've seen so much Black Lives
Yes.
Matter. We've seen so much heart-wrenching stories, so many of them, and a lot of parents versus and the children versus the police. It creates a sense of fear with both coming into the community. So that is a beautiful idea. It's great, and we definitely need that. We implore that, because
Yes.
said we
Yes.
those days where the police officers would stop and they ball out with us and they talk to us and let us know that we had their support if we needed anything. And my grandma was a pistol on the block, so she wasn't.
She wasn't playing.
she,
What's so funny, L'Oreal, is that I'm a very passionate person, especially about this city. I really am, and I
yeah,
want to see the best for it. So it's like sometimes when I'm talking with our police and trying to get certain things done, I come off a little strong. But sometimes you have to be strong. But
absolutely.
these guys understand me, and they know that I do everything I can to make sure that our police department has what they need to protect our people. And that's the goal. And to let them know that at the end of the night, I love them just like I love anybody else. I want to see them go home and be safe, but I want
Yeah,
to make sure that they make sure that our community is safe before they go home,
absolutely.
because this is their job. Protect these people, protect our children, and make Pleasantville a better place to live. That's what we need. That's what we need.
I concur. We thank you for
Yes.
like this. First of all, here's my thing. Okay, I want y'all to hear me and hear me well. Okay, we're alive with Mr. Tony Davenport, mayoral candidate 2024 for Pleasantville, New Jersey community. We need to stand up. I need y'all to listen, open your ears, and really listen and take in what you're hearing, because most of the time, a lot of these things are being missed. The things that the community is really looking for, but they're not sure of how to ask or who to ask. It's being missed. And Mr. Davenport is really expressing the things that our community desperately needs, and our community desires, especially to move forward progressively and to continue to build. So I need y'all to hear us out, listen, and make sure you rock your vote the right way. Don't give your vote away for a sandwich and a t-shirt.
There
Don't
you
give your vote
go.
and
There
let
you
somebody say,
go.
go cast your ballot. You go do it. Go to the polls yourself and you go cast your own vote, because it's important. Number one, you're making history. Number two, and also your children are watching, and your children's children and grandchildren are watching. They also need to learn the process of how to vote, how to put their vote on ballot, and to make sure that it is casted properly. We don't want the buffoonery that we continuously see every year and every voting season, when we have a stack of ballots just sitting around in the corner somewhere because someone thought it okay to, you know what I mean, just we're going to take all
Discard.
that and we're not going to cast them because if we know who they vote for, we don't. Now we can't do that. So I want y'all to know: don't sell your vote. Rock your vote. Go do your own voting. And which brings me to my next question: community, the community coming out on election day. And I know a lot of times, especially for me running for the board, you know, a lot of times they don't want us as candidates talking to the community,
Mm-hmm.
you know, or a certain footage away from the buildings or the polls.
Mm-hmm.
So your team is setting up to be at every polling site or just the major ones, or how will we circulate? How will we see Davenport in the community on election day?
Well, you know what? That's you see me just like I've always been. I'm all over. You know, that's who it is. And one poll is not more important than the next.
Right.
The whole city is important. Every
Absolutely.
vote is important, and we have to get you guys out. And it's one thing I want to say because your vote is important, and the reason you vote is important. I want everyone to understand something. I'm not doing this out of wanting to be the first, let's say, professional basketball player to be elected in Pleasantville,
Mhm.
or the first woman to be elected in Pleasantville, the black woman, or the first Hispanic to be elected in Pleasantville. That is not my goal. I've been fortunate enough to travel around the world. Um, I come back home. I married the love of my life that I met in high school. We've been married 41 years.
Hey, mom.
Um, she's upstairs. Um, I have children. I have 10 grandchildren, and this is not something to be the first at. This is
Absolutely.
something that means something to me. I'm doing this here not because I like politics. Honestly, I can't stand politics, but it's necessary. It
Yes.
is necessary for our people. It's necessary for this community. And I'm doing it even when I have to take certain criticisms and things that go on. It's worth it if I can sit there and at the end of the day know that I did a good job by the people of Pleasantville, and I can keep my head up high and know that it was for the right reasons. And
Yes.
understand me, listen to what these people say and the reasons why they're doing what they're doing, and then you'll see who they are.
Mm.
Because my reasons for doing this, I've been applauded in major stadiums all around the world.
Mhm.
This is not something where I need a pat on the back. I'm doing this here, L'Oreal, because I care about you. I
Yes.
care about your kids, your future kids. I care about these grandkids of mine that are in school with all of these little kids that see me and say, "You're Miss Davenport's husband." Now, you understand what I'm saying? Because she's in the school
Yes.
system. So that's what matters. If we make Pleasantville better for our children, then I
Yes.
know I've done something right. You know, so it's not about me and wanting to do something nostalgic for myself. It's about us as a community and moving this city forward. We have to do it because I think if we don't do it now, we're going to be in trouble.
That's true. I
Yes.
think it's long. It's been a long time coming. Definitely been a long time coming. When we talk about urban enterprise and our district wide as far as infrastructure and buildings that are available here in the city, how do we plan it? You don't have to tell the whole plan, but how
Hmm.
do we uh, plan to, you know, move forward with those buildings, especially with entrepreneurship coming up, especially with you know, the ties from the school to our city government, and making the, you know, our community um, widely based and grow more. How do we plan on utilizing that urban enterprise district for this community?
My thing is this here. It's so funny. We had a meeting today, and there was a lot of stuff about the UEZ came up about, the monies and things of that nature.
Mhm.
And I think we as a city have to get out here and educate the community more on what's here for you.
Yes.
Um, I must say I'm guilty because I'm doing a lot. I'm running around. I don't think we've set up enough, community events and things to educate
Mhm.
everyone on what's here so that everyone can take advantage of it. And if you want to open up a business, if you want to do this here, like you look at Main Street, and you want to see Main Street a place that's flourishing and that's economically viable. You want to see that
Absolutely.
place where money is being made and spent. You want to see jobs on Main Street for the community.
Mhm.
And until we change it and restructure it and bring people from outside of Pleasantville that can come in here and educate us on how to get these things done, we got to go and find those people that have done it before.
Yeah.
And you can't sit here in Pleasantville and think that's going to happen. And that's why I'm an advocate of getting out, going to different cities,
Mhm.
finding out what's going on. And when I become mayor, as of right now, I've got Ras Baraka, who is the mayor of Newark, who's changing that
Amen.
city around. He's coming here on Saturday to talk to the community about what he's done and his plans when he becomes governor. Um, it didn't go through, but I brought $1 billion company in here. It was called Suez that
Mhm.
was going to come in here and do our infrastructure and
Okay.
put this city on a different plane. It was voted down. It is what it is. But these are the type of things that has to happen to
Yeah.
make this city grow. I mean, it's necessary for us to go outside of Pleasantville because we, as a community, we don't have those resources. We
Absolutely.
got to go find them,
Mhm.
and it takes work. It takes courage to get out there and go ask for it.
Mhm.
And when it comes to me asking for the city of Pleasantville to make it better, I don't have a problem. We just have to get out there and go do it.
I know that's right. All right. Well, you know what? First of all, most people don't get this opportunity to hear you speak. So listen, come on, let's do this. Do
I love it. I love it.
this.
I love it. You're making me smile.
So we're definitely grateful for this opportunity. We have a few more questions. We want to round it up, and then we want you to close out and let everybody know why they should vote Tony Davenport. As far as the youth in the city,
Hmm.
we've been talking a lot about playing grounds, and we were just talking about the actual basketball courts and all of that. But we also have some fields, football field, baseball field, that things that have to be renovated that just been sitting. Um,
Yes.
and one of my concerns, one of the community's concerns, and I know it has been for a long time, is the Park Avenue community park, uh,
Hmm.
which really needs major renovations.
Yes.
And at one point, uh, there was a lot of talk about what was going to be done, but still, yet a lot of things haven't been done. And we've been going season after season, the Jokers, and we still want to put a baseball team in. And, we have soccer teams, but they all play on that same field, and the fields are terrible.
Yes.
We be able to surpass um, the work through grant, where someone going to come in and get the work done for us. I mean, because we have community members that have asked, can they do it? And the city could just pay the community members to get it done who have legitimate businesses, but
Hmm.
they overlook them. So for those entrepreneurs and those who do have the businesses to get it done, are we looking to pour into their businesses? I mean, they're lifelong community members and they live here.
I understand exactly what you're saying. I don't know all the particulars of what you're saying or how it happened and why it was turned down. I know that I would love to see more of our community people that have grown up here and do have businesses. My brother has a business, so I would love to see him have more opportunities to do work in Pleasantville. I know it's a family called the Gunners. I don't know whether you know the Gunners, but they've been doing landscaping for 100 years.
Mm-hmm.
We'd love to see that family come in here and get some business in beautified Pleasantville. They're
Absolutely.
still doing the same thing. I think we just have to sit down, and you have to have the right leadership in place that can connect and
Yeah.
communicate
Yes.
and cares. I said I'm gonna use that, the three C's: connect, communicate, and
Communicate.
care.
Yes.
Right?
Right.
That's something I just came up with. I like that. But you have to have that. That's what's necessary in order to make this place grow. And I think with those three things, if you connect with your people, and you sit down and you talk, you come have a little bit of dialogue, and you care about what's going on, what can go wrong? You can get things done. We just
Absolutely.
have we just have to sit down, find the resources. Um, I told you from the beginning when I did Woodland Avenue that once that was done, it was on to the next one, right?
Yes.
Park Avenue is next. We already have things in place. You're going to see the backboards going up. You're going to see things going up over there. So understand, when I said that was a goal, everything takes time,
Yes.
L'Oreal.
Yes.
Sometimes we as a people have to be a little patient
Hmm.
and wait and see what goes on. And now, being that Woodland Avenue is done, Park Avenue is next, and we have all the stuff already
Good.
in house to get that done.
That's
My
right.
thing is at Park Avenue. Park Avenue is such a great area
Yes.
that my vision for that is, I think, in this community, because you don't see it in too many black communities
Mhm.
or black and brown communities. Like, we need a pool over there. We have
Yeah.
a pool at the high school, but we need an outdoor pool. We need
Absolutely.
a place for our kids to go and have fun and jump in the water. Let them have fun. Let them see something different. Here I am. I grew up here all my life. I can't swim a lick. You
Yeah.
know, and I
But
don't
you
want to
can
ever
dunk
see
a
it.
ball.
Yes, you see. So I want these kids to have that. So you look at Park Avenue. There's so much potential. There's so much room over there that it can be a great place to go and enjoy yourself. And I know for a fact when I become mayor that that's going to be a given. That's going to be done. We're going to redo that field. We're going to make sure that it's taken care of. And it's one thing I want to stress to our youth is, at Woodland Avenue, we've had to go and replace those backboards down there 3 or 4 times already.
Mm.
That shouldn't happen. We
Right.
have to take care of what we have.
Right.
And once we look out for each other and know how to take care of each other,
Hmm.
then we can have the best, because I think our kids deserve the best.
Absolutely.
And I'm willing to make sure that the best is put there for them. And once it's there, we as a community, we have to take care of what we have. And that means looking out for each other,
Absolutely.
looking
Absolutely.
out for each other.
Absolutely. And when it comes to when it comes to looking out for each other,
Yes,
how do we also expect to look out for our elderly in the community who are at the housing authority, those who are, you know, and it's a sad situation, but I know for a fact that there's been quite a few of our elders in the community that have gotten attacked, um,
yes,
that they have gotten pushed around a little bit, and it's not safe. A lot of times I'm concerned for my mom to be out, especially past, like, when it's dark or whatever.
yes,
A lot she's
yes,
just, my mom, she just wants to go, but
yes.
that is a grave concern. So what do we have anything in place for our elders of the community and our housing authorities?
Well, I think it's a matter of Pleasantville, the city itself,
Mhm.
getting more involved. And if you remember, I didn't get a chance to do it to the level that I wanted to, my last 3-on-3 event, but that was about uniting our youth and our elderly.
Right.
Because I think what is vitally important is that we take our young kids and have them understand our elderly. Like, a lot of them don't have, older people in the house. A lot of them, they're close to age with their moms. The grandmoms are really close in age. So elderly people, they don't really have the chance to be around them that much. They have to learn what respect is. They have to learn what honoring is, and how to make sure that you look out for those that can't do for themselves.
Absolutely.
And that's how we grew up.
Yeah.
There was one thing
Nostalgic.
that wasn't allowed. You wasn't going to be disrespectful around your adults. You weren't going to do certain things, or else there was consequences and repercussions. And
Hmm.
that's what needs to be addressed. Our young youth need to understand that our elderly matter, and that's our history. We need to make sure that we take them around, that we do certain programs so that they connect more.
Yes,
And that's what I wanted with my last 3-on-3 thing. I wanted to have the young kids out there serving our elderly and different things like that. I didn't get a chance to get too many of the our seniors down there, but at our next event, that's going to be our goal, and I'm going to hold you to that, L'Oreal. I want you down there to help me make this happen
I got.
because our seniors need to understand that they are loved and they are appreciated.
Yes, absolutely,
Yes,
absolutely.
yes,
I still see some of the mamas and the papas. I call them mamas and the papas that used to hang out with my grandma, and they always ask me about my grandma. And I'm like, my grandma passed in 2007, so it'd be like, wow, you recognize who I am, like,
yes, yes.
you
Yeah,
know,
you don't
you
forget.
know this glory face.
Yes. It was so funny. My mom died. She was 93 years old. And L'Oreal, I only seen her slip one time. Her mind was just as sharp. She was just as beautiful as ever.
Yes,
And, I miss her to death. But, we have to make sure that our youth understand how important our elderly are. And,
yes,
because as black and brown people, they suffered a lot, especially our black community. Though that age group, they went through an awful lot when it comes to racism and things of that nature. And we cannot let these young kids forget about what happened in the past, because what they say, you forget about the past, you're fast to repeat it. Am I right?
absolutely,
So we can't,
absolutely.
we cannot let that happen. You have to understand your history, know what it's about, and learn from it. And our kids right now, it's like they're losing that.
Yes,
They're losing it. It's slipping away.
yes.
And if it happens, it's our fault.
I say that quite often,
Yes.
especially at the high school, because I'm not with the little babies anymore. But I tell them all the time, like, you guys are gonna be reminded when you get to be in this place how you treated the elders that were here
Yes.
before you,
Yes.
and it is
Yes.
important that you uphold a better respect and morality when you're dealing with them. Don't sit there. You see Mama coming through with a walker, get up off of her seat.
Open that door. Help her
Yeah,
out.
absolutely.
Yes.
Hands up
Yeah.
because
You know what's so crazy is that I see sometimes when I do that, like they're surprised, when you see somebody in the street and they don't know you and you
mhm.
hold the door, it's like that's something special. And it's
Yeah,
not. That's not anything special. That's what I'm
no,
supposed to do. You
that's a little
know, it's
respect.
not special, and that's what's going on right now. It's so you don't see it so much now that people think it's a special thing, and that's not good.
Right.
That's not good.
Got to go back
That's
to
not good.
teaching.
Yes.
and
Yes.
they need the exampleship before them. We're doing our best to teach them, but some of them just won't bite.
they need something. Yes.
Yes,
But I really think we can get there, L'Oreal. I think it's a matter of everybody coming together, black, white, Hispanic. Pleasantville is so divided right now, and that's not good to see.
yeah,
The young, the youth, you got the north side, the south side. Like you see all of these things going on, killing, shootings, and, the
yeah.
fights in the schools. Like, those things have to be addressed, have to be addressed, we have to do it, and it's about us as leaders. And that's why I'm out here doing what I do. What's funny is that we sit here and we talk about certain things. And I can remember when at Mount Zion Baptist Church, me and my brother, I was sitting there, I was talking to someone,
Hmm.
and they brought to me something about the expungement thing, helping people get rid of their criminal records and so that they can further their education, or you know, their finances or whatever it is, get a good job. And when I looked at it, I jumped right on it. And me and about 4 or 5 other people, along with our pastor, which was Francois at the time, We sat down and we put together our first expungement program right here at Mount
Mhm.
Zion Baptist Church, and it was so successful.
Yes.
Like, it was so successful. Over 300 people came in on a Saturday.
Yes.
We had the prosecutor's office. We had Pleasantville Police Department. Everybody there, and people that came in with records or warrants. We let them know you're not going to be arrested. This is about giving you a second chance. Come down here. Let's get these things done. So, as a community person, I'm proud of what I've done. We've done a lot to look out for the people of Pleasantville and surrounding communities, and that's just the beginning.
Yes.
I think once we, have
Take time.
leadership change and we move forward, these are the type of things that we can do that is just going to make Pleasantville a better place. We can make Atlantic City a better place, Egg Harbor Township a better place. We can build better people, and that's what it's all about.
Absolutely. We're
That's
grateful
what it's
for
all
that.
about.
Yeah. And we look forward to that. That's a challenge in itself.
Yes.
And my last question, community based council, the city council to community, how are we proposing to actually get them more involved and to make sure that we're upholding the standards that the community needs as far as things that need to be passed, things that need to be eradicated? What are we proposing there? Because I know the mayor. I know as mayor,
Hmm.
there's a gap difference, and you don't really have, I don't want to say this the overall say, but it's almost like, school board to school entity.
Yes.
And that's a
Yes.
transition in itself.
Yes.
So what kind of, constituents or stipulations will you be able to put in, to help them, focus on this community wise? We need to finance it here, let's grow it here, let's do it, you know.
Well, you know what? The thing of it is, L'Oreal, it's this. You have to show them.
Mm,
I'm going to continue to do the work that I'm doing now, and you have to build relationships with those people that sit on city council.
mhm.
Right now, we have a good city council. We're trying, we're learning as we go. 6 years is the blink of an eye. All right, when it comes to trying to rebuild the city, right?
Yes.
You have to learn from the mistakes of those that come before you,
Hmm.
and you got to build on that. My thing as mayor, it's about making sure that I build relationships with those that are sitting on city council, that I
Hmm.
voice my opinion, but most of all, that as mayor, I'm out there bringing things to them. Like,
Absolutely.
look, y'all, this is what I see. This is what's going on. I've talked to this person. These are the opportunities that we have to do certain things. What do you think? Let's sit down and make this happen.
Absolutely.
And working together, that's all it is. I have a couple people on there that, we used to not get along in the past. And they thought that these things that we're doing together now could never get done.
Wow.
But I'm looking at us, we're growing up, we're learning, and
Yeah.
we're working together. So some people say, oh, well, you're working with this person, you're working with that person. You know what? I'm going to work with anybody in the best interest of the city of Pleasantville.
Absolutely.
And that's what it's all about. It's not about who it is, it's about what they're doing. If
Mhm.
we're doing the right thing, then there is nothing but good things for the future. That's all it is. We as a whole, the city council, the mayor's office, the business administrator, the police chief, the fire chief, and the public works, you look at these people that are make up our city government.
Yes.
I am so fortunate to where I get along, right? But I'm also a strong person, and they understand is that I'm going to make my opinion felt. I'm going to say what I have to say. And if
Absolutely.
I don't feel that it's in the best interest of the city, I don't care who you are, you're going to hear from Mr. Davenport. And
Yes.
they know that. So, therefore, that's all it's about. It's not about so much liking someone or this and that. It's about being respectful, it's about demanding respect, and it's about getting the job done. And I don't care who it is. If we can get the job done, then you know what? Let's keep it moving.
Absolutely.
Let's keep it
Absolutely.
moving.
I concur. Let's get the
Yes.
job done, people.
That's
You
it.
heard it right
Our,
here.
our, our our community deserves that. Our people, and you know what? You said something about the community also. It's about getting out here amongst them.
Yes.
Like
They need to see you.
you can't stay in City Hall or you can't stay in the council chambers and think that you're doing something. No, you got to be out here with these people,
Yes.
understand what's going on, and you're not going to agree with everybody all the time, but you have to understand you have to agree to disagree
Yes.
sometimes. And we move on. And because I vote a certain way that you didn't like on this time, but look what I'm doing over here for the other 5 times. We're getting something done.
Absolutely.
So don't hold that against me or make someone a bad person because they didn't vote your way a couple times or whatever. They see things differently. Everybody's allowed to see things, for what it is. But you can't demean somebody for not voting your way or not doing something that you want. You know it, L'Oreal. You got
Absolutely.
friends you disagree with, but
Yeah.
that don't mean you don't love them. Or that doesn't mean that they're not the best person for the job.
Hmm.
Because it's one thing as a man that I was raised to do was to stand
Yeah.
on your own 2 feet. You
I
make
know that.
you look at things, you analyze it, you come to a conclusion, and if that's what you truly believe in, you have to stand on it. So someone, threatens me with, oh, well, we're not going to put you back in office. Then you know what? I have to go to sleep at night and I have to know that I did the right thing.
Yeah.
And if I know that I'm voting the right way and I'm doing something right, then you know what? At the end of the day, I have to go with that. I really do. I have to go with it.
Absolutely. We
And
honor.
you know that's how I am, L'Oreal.
Yeah. Yes.
No,
And
no,
then that's listen, I'm gonna tell you something. That's 100% GP right there.
yes,
You know what I
yes,
mean? When you have somebody real in front of you that's not afraid to reach out and touch and to be in front of you and in the community and speaking to you accordingly. It's like not I'm not better than you. I'm just this is where we
yes.
are. I see you where you are. And I'm bringing all of this information and love and light to you. So we appreciate that, and that's the best we can ask for.
And you
Um,
said that word, I'm bringing love. No animosity. It's not about that. It's just me who I am. It's how I feel about this situation. When we walk away from there, I can give you a hug and kiss you on your forehead and send you on your way. You know what I mean?
get the love, y'all. Get
Yes.
the love.
Yes. Yes.
So listen, y'all been the dopest audience out there. I surely appreciate y'all. I know it's a lot of my audience is probably still coming off of work and getting home, but we're humbly grateful for you coming on and letting us know, how you feel about the candidacy and moving forward, what some of your projected goals are. We really truly appreciate that. We need it. We're looking for it. We are longing to see our community stretch and grow. More
Yes.
fiscal, more empowerment, more movement. And so we're grateful for that. Please, as we close out, let them know, let the community know why they should vote Tony Davenport.
Why they should vote for Tony Davenport is because I have a vision for Pleasantville. I'm putting the work in already. I've shown that I can bring um, prosperity to Pleasantville. I can bring people from outside of the community here that's going to make this a better place. I've always been my own man. I stand my ground, and I'm a fighter for our people. I love my community. I'm not doing this to be the first of anything.
Right.
Understand that. Remember what I said. This is about me doing this because it's something I feel that Pleasantville needs, and I'm willing to sacrifice to for you to give me the chance to lead this city forward.
Yes.
And I know I have what it takes to do it. I'm looking forward to Tuesday, and from there on after, when I get sworn in on January, I look forward to taking Pleasantville by the hand
Yes.
and walking down that road that's going to lead us to a better city, a safer city, a more prosperous city, and a city where people are going to want to come back here again. Where L'Oreal, you and your people are going to be able to go up on Main Street and shop and
Yeah.
engage with each other and have a good time and not have to have drug addicts and people up there doing things that aren't good for your kids to see. We have to change the whole concept of
Absolutely.
what we're about. We want to see the bus station a place where it's open for business. We
Yes.
shouldn't have people out there just lounging around drinking and smoking.
I can.
That's not what that's for. That's a transportation depot, and it
Yes.
should be treated as such. That's a hub where thousands of people come through here on a daily basis. And you know what? We don't even put it to use.
Mm-hmm.
It's sitting there, the place is closed, and it looks bad. It
Yes.
should be something viable right there. You could go in there, grab yourself something to eat, sit and talk, communicate, get out there and catch your bus and go on about your business.
Yes.
But we have dropped the ball on so many things. We've dropped the ball on business. We've let property go, I feel, for pennies on the dollar.
Yes.
We've let people come in here and take advantage of us on a continual basis. That is not going to happen when I become mayor.
I
We're
know that.
going to be respected, and we're going to be one of those cities they say, wow, look what they're doing. Things are getting
Yes.
better there.
Yes.
So that's why I want to become mayor, and that's why you should go out here and vote for me. It's about our future. And if you want a bright future, vote for Tony. That's
Yes.
all it is.
Thank you
June the
for coming.
4th. June the 4th. God bless y'all. Thank you. Thank you, L'Oreal. And thank everyone out there that's listening. God bless you.
Y'all got it right here, June 4th. Get out there to the polls. Don't play with it. Go do it. Put your foot and best foot forward and get out there to the polls. If you got to go early voting started today.
Yes, it did.
So you make sure that you go make history and go vote early. If you don't think you can get out there on June 4th,
I'll come pick you up.
you heard. You heard.
I'll come pick you up. And I want everyone to please excuse my voice. You know, I've been running my mouth for the last month and with the allergies and everything, so it's a little raspy, but,
Little old
I'm here.
me. I'm gonna have
Lori,
to.
I love you, girl. Thank you.
I love you too.
All
Enjoy
right.
your evening. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Mayoral candidate Tony Davenport live and special report on stage left tonight. Make sure you get to the polls on June 4th. Go early, y'all. Go early. Don't make an excuse. They don't close till 8, but you need to be there early. Tomorrow, another special report. New candidates to the platform, and we will get there. And we will see you again right here, stage left with your big sis, L.
God bless you.
Y'all.
Peace. Bye bye.
Bye.